I didn't want to make this video. I'm not gonna lie. I failed a challenge I set out to accomplish, and in an effort to not have to tell you guys about it, I tried another challenge a little half-cocked and again failed. And I realized that me trying to not tell you about my failures doesn't do me any good, and it also isn't fair to my followers. Hi, my name is Dawn Dalton. I am a freelance writer and an aspiring author, and this year I am working towards self-publishing my debut novel, Game On, and I'm taking you along for the ride. A little over a month ago, I decided that I was going to attempt to switch up my morning routine. And to do so, what I was going to change is, instead of the teeny tiny little spot that I had to journal every morning, I was going to try morning pages. Now, morning pages I've heard about from a lot of other writers, and really all it is a stream of conscious 3 pages every morning first thing. And I thought, well, it's not going to be easy, but I had reached the point in my morning routine where the 2 to 3 sentences that I write, that I have space to write, weren't always doing what I needed them to. I needed occasionally to be able to go a little bit more in depth with my thoughts and feelings, get everything out so that my brain declutters, especially now that I'm in the part of the writing process where I'm doing stuff that I've never had to do before, like get cover art and edit and figure out KDP and all this other stuff. And occasionally my brain doesn't feel like it can hold it all in. So I thought, let's do morning pages. A lot of people swear by them. I will admit, I haven't read the book that brought them up, which is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. I think I got that right. Which should have been my first indication that this wasn't going to go well. I decided that I was going to do 30 days of morning pages. It's just 3 pages a day. And so I'm like, all right, let's go buy a notebook. And then I remembered, hey, we're on a use it up year. Let's not go buy a new notebook. Let's go through our stash and see what we have. And I knew I didn't want to get a regular spiral bound notebook for this challenge because that's a lot of writing. But I also knew I didn't want to use an A5 because that just felt like cheating. So I settled on this notebook that I've had for forever. And it has really pretty pictures in it, really wide spaced lines, so it wasn't going to feel super overwhelming. Day 1 went perfectly. I thought through a lot of stuff, why I'm having certain resistances, and the whole point is just to write. The problem started a few days into the challenge. We're on day 6 of 30, and I have regrets. I didn't expect this to be easy. I expected it to be easier than it has been for the past few days, but I'm having problems sitting and writing 3 pages without actually stopping and looking at my computer or going, oh, I don't know what to write about. And I know that I'm supposed to just then write, I don't know what I'm supposed to write about. And it's hard. It's difficult to just sit there and put all of your thoughts without editing them on paper. And I was hoping, because this book was so pretty and has so many beautiful pictures in it that it would sort of help spark like story ideas and stuff as I'm working through whatever's going on in my head. And the other day when I passed that chunk of book, it didn't. But we're gonna keep persevering and keep going because that's the only thing we can do. And I really wanna see if this does help, so. When by day 6 I'm having problems, I should have just stopped and reanalyzed, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna push through. And then there was a day where I didn't write anything and I didn't do my morning routine. And then it happened again and again until I realized that the problem wasn't the morning pages themselves. It's the all or nothing mentality that is the morning pages. It is a set number of pages you have to write every day. And I don't want to sit and write for 3 pages every day in my journal. That's at least a half an hour of writing, if not more, that I don't always need. Some days I need the 2 to 3 sentences in my happy planner and I'm fine. Some days I need half a page. Some days I might need the full 3 pages. But the fact that I was forcing myself to sit and write 3 pages, even though I didn't need it, meant that I did a lot of, I don't know why I'm doing this. I hate this. I'm just going to skip it today. It's not worth doing. And by the end of the month challenge, I hadn't even completed, I think, a full week worth of morning pages. And I had to sit and think about it. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to make this video and tell you guys that I failed at something that should have been easy because I'm a writer. But it's not easy, even though I'm a writer. Fantasy worlds are totally fine. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try something else. I'm going to do a different challenge and I'm going to make a video about that. So, you know what? I don't care that it's noon on a Thursday. I'm going to write either 10,000 words or 20 handwritten pages today. I need to finish getting everything set up for NaNoWriMo, and for every page I write, that's 500 words less that I have to type up, and this will just get me closer to being ready for NaNoWriMo. I only got 1 page of Land Beyond the Rainbow drafted, which means I still have to do 9,500 words or 19 pages today. It is a little bit after 1. I think I'm going to take my dishes upstairs and grab myself another coffee, just so that I have something cold to drink while I am writing. I think I'm going to switch over to press start because that is the more pressing, no pun intended, of my projects today. So yeah, clean off my desk and move on. Let's go. It's almost 5 o'clock. I have been at this for like 4 hours now. I have a little over 2,000 words typed up and 1 page written. I've gone through 2 cups of coffee. I'm on my 3rd bottle of water. I just had dinner and the puppies had dinner, so she's taking her post-dinner nap, which precedes her snacks, followed by more naps, because that's our lives, is puppy naps. And I'm beginning to think that I'm not going to make it. I'm not going nearly as fast as I thought I was going to be. I figured I would just rip through these words like they're nothing, and I'm sitting here slow as can be, and I still have well over half of what I was planning on doing still left to be done. And I have about 5 or 6 hours to get it done in, to be able to make what I was hoping to today. So enough rambling. I need to get back to this. I'm gonna continue typing up this draft until I run out of what I have prepped for it, and then I'm gonna switch back to working on my handwritten stuff, which I'm gonna bounce between The Land Beyond the Rainbow, because that obviously needs to be drafted before NaNoWriMo, and I also want to work on Roll of the Dice, just so that I can keep momentum up. So let's do this. So I'm gonna call it here. I failed, which, considering this was spur of the moment, sort of just something fun to do and a challenge for myself, I'm not all that disappointed. I did get 2,500 words and 5 pages written today, which is 2.5 times as much as I normally would. So all in all, it was a pretty great day. But yeah, and as you can see, that really wasn't what happened. I started off the day very enthusiastic, ready to kick the crud out of the day, even though I had other things that had to take priority, like editing a video and all this other stuff. I thought I could power through it. Now, if I had done it earlier in the month, probably, because I had a lot of stuff already drafted for Press Start, but by the time I got to doing this challenge, I had already typed up most of the stuff I had drafted, and I was just starting to fill in the bits that were missing. And there's only so much handwriting I can do before I have to take a break because my hand starts hurting. And I think that that's sort of the whole lesson from this whole challenge debacle, is I went into both of these without really thinking beyond the I want to do this because I think it'll work. Instead of going, do I really want to write 3 pages every morning? Do I really think that I have it in me today to be able to do 10,000 words or twice as many pages? Now, I am going to redo the 10,000 word challenge during NaNoWriMo, because NaNoWriMo lends itself to that type of craziness. And if I do it early enough in the month, I have enough momentum going for me that I should be able to accomplish it. But when I'm in the tail end of working on a book, even though there are more than 10,000 words that need to be put into this book, I can't force myself to put down whatever just to get the words in. Now, at the end of the day, I did do 2.5 times what I normally would write in a day. And that's still an amazing accomplishment. It wasn't what I wanted, but it was still something to be celebrated. Sorting out my brain is still something to be celebrated, even though I didn't write 3 pages every single day. And I think that that's part of my problem, is I have an all or nothing mentality when it comes to these things. Either I did it or I failed. But I really need to start thinking about, what did I learn by doing this? I learned that I don't have to journal every day. I don't have to complete that streak. I just need to have my couple of sentences and move on. Unless I need the journal. And it's going to sit on my desk for when I need it. And I might wait 3 months before I absolutely need it. Or I might use it tomorrow. I don't know. It all depends on what my brain needs that day. And I need to be a little bit more flexible about it. And I need to prep before I do crazy challenges like this. So I'm going to finish getting everything ready for NaNoWriMo and get myself prepped for this next challenge, including the challenge of actually getting everything published. I haven't really touched much on my Kanban board as far as Game On, and I need to flip through all of those Post-it notes and figure out what the next piece is and keep moving forward. If you're enjoying watching me succeed and fail and continue to be interested about this crazy journey, be sure to feed the algorithm, boop that like button, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.